and welcome back to another unhinged, relatable, unfiltered episode of The Shift Show. My name is Kayla, your host, who is recording this quite late. I cannot lie. I usually record on Fridays and Saturdays. It is Monday. Not only am I recording this late, I'm also hungover. My birthday is tomorrow. When this episode releases, it will be my birthday. My friends came from Monterey County. They really had no choice because I was like, yeah, you guys have to be here. But my friends came out for my birthday party. That was on Saturday. And yesterday, we decided to drive to Vegas for the Las Vegas Aces women's basketball game against the Phoenix Mercury. And the Aces lost and pissed me off, nonetheless. However, we were in Vegas. We then went to go gamble. We were also with my girlfriend. We then went to go gamble, and I had a Fat Tuesday drink, and, only had a meal that morning. By the time we drank, it was like 5:30. And then I drank a Buzzball, a new flavor of Buzzball. It was called Cookie Nookie, and quite disgusting. It was disgusting. It was so bad. But yeah. That was that. So I'm hungover. Mind you, I've been to Porto's. I've eaten. I've interacted with the world. And I'm still hungover. So I have my favorite hangover cure, a good old ice cold Coca-Cola. I was about to say a good old Coke. However, I don't want you to think I do booger sugar. A good old ice cold Coca-Cola. And I had a sandwich, which is usually like my go-to meal. So yeah. I've also had matcha, and, I'm still tired as hell. My bags are bagging. It's been a great weekend. I had a birthday party at Sky Zone, and, let's just say the youngest person there was 23. My best friend's 23 still. Yeah. I invited my sister and her homegirls, who are in their 30s. They were sore. So, yeah. Anyways, it was hot. It was hot as fucking there. Anyways, let's get into this very special episode. I wanted to do, this episode isn't really like about anything. I'm basically just talking about my retail life. Just a second ago, my regular life. So that was cool. Anyways, yeah, we're just gonna be talking, and I titled. I don't think I used that correctly. So, my fault. I swear I'm smart. Oh my God. I titled this episode like things that should be illegal, but aren't. Because there are so many things that happen in the retail world that 1000% should be illegal. Why the fuck are you taking a shower in the fitting room? I know we've gotten that story. I'm pretty sure. The lady bought laundry detergent and had her bare ass cheeks on the fitting room bench at, my previous store. Yeah. That was fun. That was a mess. The cleanup, wicked. They are wicked. Why are you unleashing the fire extinguisher? Sir. You had, okay, I was about to say, you already had a knife. That was fucking enough. And then you want to leave, now I'm working 12 hours. Crazy work. Crazy work. Yeah, there are literally, there are so many things that I'm I did not clock in for this. Or my favorite line, I just work here. I don't say that now as a manager, but when I was still a regular employee, I certainly did. I literally, my best friend still brings up the amount of times I used to be I don't know, I just work here. Low-key, I say that now. When people ask for oh, I thought, is this pet food on sale? I don't know. I'm folding clothes. I don't know. I'm putting shoes back in the box correctly. I don't know. You literally didn't see anybody. You walked all the way, mind you, the shoe department and the pet food department are all the way across the store from each other. You walked so long to get over. It took you about 5 minutes to walk over here because, with foot traffic and such. You walked all the way over here to, I'm very confused right now. And also, you didn't see a sign over there. Why would it be on sale? Did you see a sign? Yeah, there are so many things where I'm I did not clock in to deal with this. Or, I just got here. Or again, my favorite, I don't know, I just work here. They want us to know, corporate policies and such. Which, I know that everybody has fallen victim to that, where you're at a store and you're like, why the fuck does da 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 da? Like, why doesn't this happen? Why does this happen? And it's literally corporate policy. Girl, I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, there are so many things that should be illegal, but for whatever reason are not. And as a girl who works in clothing, my pet peeves have changed over the years of working in retail, just because I've like moved departments a few times. Like three. Technically three. Just because like the third time I got promoted. So I got promoted to a different department. But my pet peeves have changed over the years, just because like I haven't worked in the same area over the years. My current, is this my biggest? Maybe. My current issue, my biggest pet peeve is like fitting room etiquette. Because I have been trying my very, very hardest to like go in the fitting room every hour and make sure it's okay. But you know, some days no 2 days are ever alike in retail. Point blank period. You'll never find 2 days that are too similar. So because of that, not every day it happens. I'm also off on Tuesdays, and then Wednesday sometimes we get 2 trucks. Like, it literally, like, yeah, there are no 2 days that are similar. The closest I'm gonna get is a Monday and a Thursday. I love working both of those days because they're typically the quote-unquote easier days of the week, but child, who knows? However, my biggest pet peeve is like overall fitting room etiquette. I walked into one of the rooms one day trying to clean it. It just like, it wasn't like necessarily dirty. It was just full. And like, people were being respectful that day. I will give them that. And it's probably because they saw like multiple people in there at different points of time. But they were just like clothes. They were all hung, and they were hung correctly. So I got to give them that. Like, I won't do too much on that day. They were hung correctly, like fine. But then there was some on the bench that needed to be refolded. Like, okay, cool. I just like grabbed everything. You know, from my vantage point, it was about like 4 things on the bench. It was like 2 shirts, a bra, and then like a swimsuit bottom. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll just hang the bra and the swimsuit bottom and fold the shirts. No biggie, and got all the hangout. Well, why the fuck was that bra somebody's bra? I cleaned that fitting room. I had been done for a few seconds. Like, I had put everything on the desk. I had hung everything like where it went, basically. And I was getting to like, I was going to grab a bra hanger because I'm like, oh, where the fuck did it go? This lady came back after being gone for like 10 minutes. I had not seen her since I walked in there. And she's like, where's the stuff that was in there? And I was like, oh, like I cleaned it already. Sorry. Like, if you wanted, you shouldn't have been out of here for 10 minutes, ? Because a regular customer could have came in and like taken what you wanted to buy. So I'm very confused. I'm like, oh, what was the item? And then she saw the bra on the desk, and she's like, she grabs it, and she's like, this is mine. And I was like, and why are you walking around without your bra on? Child, got to bleep that out. Free me from that. Oh my God. Anyways, why are you walking out here without your bra on? And like, were you going to try stuff on the sales floor without your bra? Like, I'm very confused why just your bra was off. And also, now I'm upset. We keep hand sanitizer in the fitting room because of this. Like, I had one team member who, like, customer service had brought over like our go bags. She picks like the dress, like thankfully this activewear dress was like, you know, one of those tennis dresses was on the hanger. She picks up the hanger and she like holds it. She's just like holding it so she can go put it away. And she's like, I think there's shit on this. Great. And then I was like, excuse me. She's like, there's either shit or period blood on this. Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you for telling me, I guess. I was just like, okay, I'm very sorry that you're having to hold it. I am. Literally this past week, last week, literally, we were in the fitting room, and like we, as in like my entire team, I was like, there's 7 of us. It will take us 15 minutes to clean this up if we do this together. We were all in there, and I like smelled something, but I wasn't gonna like do too much because I was like, I'm not gonna like show my ass basically. But I was like, what is that smell? Walked away from like where I was standing for a few seconds because I got a phone call, funny enough. But I walked away and I came back and a team member was sitting there, and I was like, okay. She's like, I think someone's socks are in here. And they were in the pocket to a pair of jeans with the tags on. And I was like, they stuffed their nasty used socks in the pocket, and that's what I'm smelling? Question mark? Yeah, she had to put on gloves because we keep gloves and hand sanitizer in there. We used to keep face masks. I think we just probably ran out, but there used to be face masks in there too because people are wicked. People were not raised with like decorum. That's my favorite word, actually. Nobody has decorum. Nobody has shame. Nobody has sense. Has home training, if you will. So, yeah, I don't know why. It was a pair of men's jeans. So, I don't know why it could have been a woman. But I don't know why that man stuffed his nasty, smelly, disgusting, gym-smelling ass socks in that pocket of those Wrangler pants. But great. We just lost $47 because that's how much a pair of Wrangler pants cost. So, yeah, that's my, yeah. That lady leaving her bra and that man leaving his socks, y'all are awful. And then you have, like, people who, like, you'll be in there and you'll, like, tell them, and they'll be like, oh, how many can I take in? And I'm like, you can take in however many you got. You just got to bring them out on a hanger when you come out. And you tell them that, and they come out, and there's, like, a rack for them to hang the stuff on. Imagine having something in your hand, and they're trying to hand you 15 clothing articles. And I'm like, oh, you can just hang it right here. And they're like, I just rather hand it to you. I don't care what you'd rather do. Girl, fuck you. The hell? Funny enough, I had an insane incident. I don't want to call it an incident because that's a big word for Elmo. But I had an interaction is a better word. In the fitting room a couple days ago. I was in there like folding, like I only had 3 team members that day. So we were short. I had 3 team members at the time, and then another one came in like an hour later. So we were going to have 4 team members in that morning. And there's four like floor pads of style of clothing. So I was in there. I was like, it's fine. I'll just clean it up. Like it only took like 20, 30 minutes for me, I think. This lady came in and she's like, you need to get a new hanger for this sweater. She gave a word for it, but basically like the sweater caught on the hanger, like the plastic part, and like the string came out. I don't know what word she used for that. I can't remember. And I was like, oh, okay, what hanger? I mean, what sweater? And she just walked away, and I was like, oh, ma'am, we're gonna, like, it's like, oh, ma'am, what sweater is it? Like, I'll check. I was gonna put, like, we have little, like, rubber stopper things that could go in the hanger to, like, make sure it doesn't do that. I was just gonna do that. And she's like, oh, can you just relax? I'm gonna get it for you. Oh, well, I'm gonna walk away now. I left the fitting room. I was like, no, I don't get paid enough for that. You're not gonna sit here and disrespect me for literally no reason. I was trying to help her. Well, not really help her, but you know what I mean. But I'm like, you're telling me this issue. I'm immediately going to fix the issue, and you're being a bitch. Crazy work. But yeah, my current biggest pet peeve is people and their lack of home training when it comes to the fitting room. This is not your house, and I understand, like, oh, you don't need to leave it as clean as possible, but you could at least leave it how you found it. You walk into a clean-ass fitting room, and you bring in 17 articles of clothing, all of them spewed on the floor, nothing's on the hanger, stuff is, like, on the bench, stuff is hung up on the little hooks through the belt loop. You're awful. And I know that this is not your job, but, like, hello? Why do you treat service workers like this? And I'm not even the one that's usually, like, cleaning the fitting room because my team members are supposed to do that. And I go in there and help them sometimes when I have time. But, like, why are you treating them like that? Girl, who the fuck do you think you are? And then, this is going to sound kind of mean. But I also don't like when people are like, oh, how does this look on me? I need to lie to you. Hopefully I'm not lying, and hopefully it does, in fact, just look good. But, like, if it doesn't, I'm still gonna lie. The hell? You're not gonna catch me. You're not gonna be like, where's your manager? Because I'm like, that doesn't look good on you. Like, I can give you my full opinion. So, yeah. Abolish the whole fitting room. Abolish it. I get it. People need to try their clothes on so they ain't got to come back and return it. I get it. I hate it. I feel like we need to have, like, stricter, like, protocols, enforcement rules on the fitting room than we do, but, like, it's okay. So be it. It's not okay, but, that's what I gotta say. On that note, I'm gonna take a quick break, mostly because, remember I said I was hungover? Yeah, I gotta pee real bad, actually, because all the liquor and the soda is now running through me, so I'll be right back. And I'm back with a great and much needed break because I had to pee real bad. I think that was all of my fitting room beef. Yeah, people who come to these, like, department stores acting an ass. Actually, people just act an ass. Period. We'd be a better society if people had more respect for service workers, and I know that. Hence why whenever I have issues, I never yell at employees. I'll yell at your manager. But, like, I'm not yelling at you. Because that's how I feel. Like, as a manager, I'm like, you're not going to yell at my team members, but you can yell at me because I have the power to yell back. I'm not. I don't yell back. Usually. But if the opportunity presents itself, yeah. Another thing that should be illegal, but unfortunately is not, is when people come in, like, 5 minutes before we close, and they're like, oh, it's okay, I'll be really quick. They're never quick. They're leaving, let's say we close at 10, they're leaving at 10:30. And a bitch like me, I be following people because leave. You need to leave. Like, I don't care. Like, you need to get out of here. We are closed. I cannot help you. No. I'm also like, you're not supposed to be in here. Get out. And they'll be wanting to do their whole, like, grocery trip. We were open for 16 hours today. 16 hours. And now you need groceries? Question mark? Like, that... It's not adding up to me. Maybe not 16 hours, maybe 15. Yeah, I think it's like 15. Whatever 8 to 11 is. I'm pretty sure that's 15 hours. We were open for 15 Earth hours. More than half the day. And even if you work a 9 to 5, you had time to come in here that wasn't 10:57. You're not buying groceries because I'm going to follow you down every aisle. Bitch, get out of here. My favorite thing, and, like, I do these often. Well, maybe not often. Yeah, definitely not, like, often, but, like, they do happen, and they're not, like, occasional. Like, from time to time, maybe I'll say that. A clopening shift. And a clopening shift is if you close, let's say you close on a Monday night, and you got to be right back to open on Tuesday morning. I'm scheduled to do a clopening shift on the 3rd and 4th, maybe? I think those are the dates. Whatever, like, next Sunday and then, like, next Monday are. The 22nd and 23rd, I think. So I work 3 to 11:30 on Sunday, because it's, like, I work every other weekend, and one weekend a month is an opening shift weekend, and then the other weekend is a closing shift weekend. So that weekend I happen to be closing, which I close at the end of the month. So yeah, I've, sucked it up. It's fine. But, however, Monday morning, I'm pretty sure, like, the 23rd, I'm pretty sure I gotta be there at 8. Like, almost certain I gotta be there at 8 a.m. So, yeah, that should be fun. That should be so great and so awesome. Lovely. But, yeah, clopening shifts should be illegal, and I feel like I shouldn't have to, it's gonna sound crazy, hot take, I should not have to work after closing. And I know that sounds crazy because who's gonna close the store, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of fucking clothing. And, like, I do them because, like, I would rather... So my options are obviously, like, closing or opening. Obviously, I'd rather open anyway. But because I already had to close, like, I'd rather just, like, be able to go home and get home as soon as possible versus, like, getting here at, like... Because there's been times where, like, they had to change my schedule. And they'll be like, oh, like, you're closing Sunday night. Do you want to come in at 10? No, because I'm going to have to work at 10 to 6. And going home at 6 p.m., I'm not going to get home till, like, 7. Because, I never leave on time. I can never leave that damn job on time. So that's also kind of my fault. But, I don't know. Working 10 to 6 is just not better. Just give me an 8 to 4 and I'll get out of here even sooner. And then I'm going to be off the next Tuesday. So, well, the next day. So I'm like, just get me out of here as soon as possible. But opening shifts should be illegal. I should just be off after I close. Hashtag hot take. Crazy take. And I know that. I can acknowledge that. But I don't know. I don't know how else to mitigate those. I'm a liar. Literally, a way to mitigate them is working like a mid shift. But I hate those. Give me an 8 to 4 or let me be off. 2 options. And I feel like we're not doing what I want. Which, this is a corporation. I cannot get mad. Business needs, as my job loves to say. So, yeah, I guess I really can't complain. Literally, one of my coworkers, my homegirl, I'm not even calling her a coworker. It's literally my homegirl. Worked 3 to 11:30 and then came in at 6 a.m. the next day. They would not have seen me. Like, 8 a.m. is fucking pushing it. Because, bitch, I already gotta... When I work at 8 a.m., I usually... The first alarm is set for 6:45, and I have to be out of my bed by 7:05. So I can hit snooze, what is that, twice? Because, you know, the Apple alarm, the snooze be 9 fucking minutes, which is crazy. So, yeah, I mean, I have to be out of my bed by 7:05 and out of my door latest 7:35. And, like, I try not to do that late because that's pushing it. I'm, like, about to drive through people's cars because, you know, I live in LA. Fucking traffic. So, yeah. But, the thought, like, to work at 6, I think I get up at 5 and I leave at 5:30. I'm pretty sure that's how I do that. If I leave that job at 11:30, I'm not getting home till, like, 11:45-ish. You know, taking a shower. I usually don't eat dinner because my dinner will be, like, my lunch. Because my lunch is at freaking 8:30 p.m. So I'll just eat my dinner there. And then, but, like, I'm getting home at 11:45. Taking a shower, you know, winding down from that shift. I'm probably not going to go to sleep for real until, like, 12:30. I got to get up in 4.5 hours and work another full shift. I'll die. Like, I will jump. Off what? Unsure. I'm going to go to the top of the ladder and jump. I'm not doing that. She's a trooper, though. She's clearly that bitch, and I could never be her. She is that bitch. She looked exhausted. Like, I was like, can you go get some coffee? Because, homegirl, you do not look like you're okay right now. But she did it, and I love that for her, and for her only. Another thing, there's actually several, a plethora, if you will, of things that should wholeheartedly be illegal. Retail edition, as I like to say, as I've been saying. Insane ass returns. Now, I've told you the story of how this lady tried to return an empty packet of chicken. She also tried to return moldy avocados. Somebody returned, like, meat he had left in his car for 4 days. Trying to think of what else. Oh, somebody tried to return, like, worn shoes, but I don't mean just, like, the soles were scuffed. I mean they smelled like Fritos. So, obviously worn. Somebody tried to return a bathing suit with their menstruation on it. I, like, hate that. Why do I, as a girl who's making minimum wage, because I was making more than minimum wage, but still. Why do I, as a girl who does not make enough money to live in the city that I live in, alone, have to touch vile items? The man who returned the meat that was in his car for 3-4 days, I was quite literally gagging. And I don't know if you guys have ever, what is it called? It's dry heaved. I don't know if you guys have ever dry heaved. It is one of the most embarrassing things your body can do. Like, just throw up, girl. Like, just throw up. I do not know why my body wouldn't. I was literally dry heaving in the restroom, and somebody was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, they just returned that meat that smelled awful. And the man, I was like, I had to walk to the restroom, dry heaving. The man's like, oh, what is wrong with her? My guy, you have the whole store smelling like hot ass because of this meat. It stank up in here. That is what's wrong with me. So, quite an embarrassing moment for me at my store that I, had to clock into. That wasn't all that fun. But these are vile. These things are vile. Like, you're returning, I get it. You wore something out one time and you're like, I don't really like it. Wash it? ? Like, there's a way for us to, like, find the item and return it, even if it's been washed. I would not put that back on the sales floor personally, but it has deodorant stains on it. Like, you've sweated in this. Your bodily fluid has been on this item, and now I have to touch it with my hands. Now I got hand, foot, and mouth disease. Like, such a stretch, and I know it is, but for reason. Right. But also, people get, like, very personal when they're doing returns. I remember I was at my other store, and I wasn't doing the return. I was kind of just standing there, but, like, my coworker was. And the lady goes, yeah, it has a weird smell. My cat didn't really like it. It made her anxious, and she peed on it. The weird smell is your cat piss. It's not the item. It's not that. It's the cat piss on it. You don't know that your cat's piss is stank. It's frank. It does not smell good. I don't want that in here. It's going in the trash. Like, I'm not sending this back to the distribution center. This is going in the trash. This stank. So, yeah. People get, like, oddly personal when they're returning. They bring vile items. And you just kind of have to suck it up. And I hate that so bad. Because why? What did I do to have to deserve that? And then, I want to say last one, but I feel like I have 2-3 more. I also, like, never say last one because I be lying. And I hate to say, like, last thing because, again, I be lying. I am a certified yapper. I clearly got both my degrees in yapology. Fuck kinesiology. It was yapology because I be talking. But I'm going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And I'm back. I'm really trying to, like, work on keeping these episodes, like, between, like, 45 and an hour. That's between the system and God, because I don't know if I can do that. Side note, why is everybody pregnant? Has anybody noticed that there's just an influx of, I'm not saying it's giving baby boomer, I'm not saying that, but, like, everybody and their mama is pregnant right now. People keep, like, coming up on my, like, my Instagram, so obviously people that I know are, like, announcing their, doing pregnancy announcements, and I'm like, oh my god, in this economy? You're bringing a child into this economy? We ain't gonna have fruit in a second. Farmers are not gonna have jobs in a second. We're not gonna have anything in a damn, we're gonna be lucky if we have water. We're going through a housing crisis. I don't know if to call, like, the ICE protests an immigration crisis. I don't know if that's politically correct. And if it is, somebody can wholeheartedly correct me, because I did not. The goal is to be as politically correct as humanly possible talking about this. But we're going through so much. You guys are getting pregnant. Like, as me and my sister say, use your butt. What are you doing? A lot of people at her job are pregnant too. And I'm just like, ooh, in this economy with this president? Him and his boyfriend just broke up, and now he's, like, unleashing war in California. I know that ICE is everywhere, but I live in California, and we were downtown LA was put on a curfew Saturday night. Speaking of Saturday night, I'm going to pause on my episode. Why the hell? Me, my 2 best friends from Monterey, and my girlfriend went to a club. Mind you, we are all gay women. Why didn't we go to a gay club? Don't know. Went to this club in Hollywood. It was definitely giving very much escort-y. My girlfriend said it was giving very much prostitution. Why? My bad. didn't realize that I was pressing that hard. This little fan that I got from Amazon. But it was giving Escort E. They were like, we were supposed to be listening to Y2K music. Why is Let Her Cook by Glorilla playing? That song came out in 2024. What's going on? So, hated that for me. But they were also like, again, they were just supposed to be playing music. The internet, where we got the tickets, because it was 2 for $10. They're $5 each. We should have known. And then their Instagram said that they offer a casual vibe for people to come and just listen to music. They were literal strippers. My friend said they had on spandex and a pearl bead. Because they did. But also, why would you say that? But, yeah. Anyways. Yeah, LA was on curfew the other night. So that should have been our sign. Like, maybe this is not where we want to be at. Anywho, everybody's pregnant, which is scary to me because, well, gas has actually gone down a little bit, so I can't even use gas. But houses are like $50 million right now, and they paying us $22 with a master's degree. Oh, what are we talking about right now? Anyways, I am going to give you my last pet peeve. Can you go check in the back, please? I know you're lying. We have little devices, little things that are company property. Basically, if you scan anything, it'll tell you when it was delivered last, like when it was delivered off the truck last, when it was potentially put in the bag, and when it was taken out of the bag, if it was ever put in the bag. When it was sold last, like, it tells us everything. Literally timestamps too, like date and time. And if I tell you, hey, it's not here, it hasn't been delivered in a few days, I feel like you should just believe me. I literally looked. I'm not going to go check in the back when it says that I don't have anything. When it says it was delivered 12 days ago. It's not here. And it says it was sold 2 days ago. It was sold. I don't have it no more. Oh, can you just go check? No. I'm going to go back there, do the nay-nay, and walk back. Actually, I'm not even going to go all the way back there. Shoot, knowing myself, I'm going to just walk around, chat with somebody, come back. Oh, we don't have it. Because like I said, I am literally the employee. I'm that girl. I know what's in the back. Especially in my section. Especially in clothing and in shoes. I don't know if you guys count clothing and shoes as the same thing. In those sections, I know what's up. I know what's tea. I know what's back there. I don't got it. Cry about it. But with that being said, was that my last one? I feel like I had thought about a different one. Oh, last one. When people show up to the store and they're like, oh, I called but no one answered. What do you think I was doing all day? I don't necessarily reject the calls. I just turn the volume down. No shade or nothing. But I just turn the volume down. I'm already like guest facing, if you know what I mean. Like I'm on the sales floor. I'm already like, I don't want to say dealing because that makes it sound bad, but I'm already speaking with customers. Not all the time, obviously, but I do try, like when people are around, I do be trying to be like, hi, how are you? Are you finding everything okay? I have been trying my very hardest to do that. So I'm already doing that. And then I'm also supposed to answer the phone. And then people are going to think that the company, like, phone device is my personal phone. Like, I already have that issue when I'm just, like, on it, like, searching for something. Like, for myself. Like, oh, I need to go find this item. Like, or where this item goes. Let me scan it. Let me see if I can go find it. They're going to be like, you're just on your phone? They pay you to be on your phone? I'm not on my phone. I'm on their phone. And yes, they do pay me to be on their phone. Now what, ho? Like, you sound crazy. So yeah, I hate when they're like, oh, I called, you didn't answer. I'm literally putting shoes away. You're right, I didn't answer. I wouldn't answer my own damn phone. No, I'm busy. So, I don't know. I feel like I understand why people call, I do, but when you're like, hey, do you have this? Is this 2025? Look online. There's literally an app for every store out there. Every corporation, every like big store with large brick and mortars. Yeah, we have apps. We have the website. We have something. Even if there is no app, there is certainly a website. Check the website. Like when things drop, for instance, like when Stanleys drop, or when like people look for like Pokemon cards, when those things are like, a new Switch just dropped. A new Switch just came out. The Switch 2, I really do feel like it's called that, but I also could be wrong. When the Switch 2 came out, the phones were ringing off the hook. I'm not answering this. I have clothing to put on a rack. I have mannequins to dress. I'm not doing that. So, yeah. That was fun. But yeah, I don't know. People who call, but like actually, like when you want like new release things, you can't ask to put it on hold. We don't put things on hold anymore. That's not a thing anymore. That hasn't been a thing in my adult life. So at least the last 7 years. So almost a decade. No, we're not doing that. So just come in the store if you want it so bad. You know that things, this is the age of TikTok and Instagram, and when things go viral on TikTok and Instagram, you're not going to be able to find it. If you don't show up when we open, or like that day that it released, you're not getting it. And I'm so sorry, that sucks. It really does. Because that annoys me. But, my bad. I waited too long. The store freaking opened at 7 a.m. maybe. And I got there at 4 p.m. No, I'm not going to get it. I didn't want it that bad, clearly. And I'm not saying that people don't want things that bad. But also, like, we got to be a little bit realistic with ourselves. I'm not answering that phone to put something on hold because I can't even put anything on hold for you. You better order that mug online and call it a day and hope you get it. But, yeah. With that being said, I am going to read a story, and just know it's another dating story. And I feel like you guys are, like, egging me on, because you know I love that shit. I feel like you guys are like, she's messy, because I am. I'll admit that. She's messy, and she wants to know all of our tea, and she do. She is me. I do want to know. Quite nosy, so I just dropped something. I don't know if you guys heard that. Anyways, I'm going to read a story, but I'll be right back because I'm going to pull my... So, Cheyenne sent this. She told me where she works, but, you know, we discussed. I'm not going to say that. Cheyenne says, "Hi, Kayla. This story isn't about me, but it's about somebody I used to work with, and I figured you would want to hear it." Oh, girl, did you just read me? Because, yes, I do. Okay. I knew something was off when Derek from electronics started volunteering to help close women's wear. That man looked like he didn't even fold his own damn shirts, but suddenly he wants to fold cardigans? Yeah, something was up. Yeah, I would figure that too. Turns out it was him and Chloe from Visuals. They'd been sneaking out to the stockroom together a whole lot. A whole lot was like italicized. One time, I walked in and heard giggling behind a rolling rack, and I swear on my damn employee discount, I saw bare thigh and lanyards swinging. Girl, what the fuck? Y'all ain't got cameras back there? We do. We actually get watched 25/8. We're lucky we go to the bathroom without a camera. Anyway, it was all fun and games until it literally wasn't. Apparently, Chloe thought it was becoming a real thing. Derek, however, did not. She found out that Derek was also texting Melanie from the online pickup section. So she printed out the text and taped them near the time clock with a note that said, "You left me on red, but now everyone's going to read you!" Exclamation point. Oh, I'm speechless. Derek didn't come in that day, but Chloe came in crying and clocked in and started hitting mannequins around like she was in WWE. Melanie came up to the customer service desk and where HR was and asked for her to sit down with her. All I know is the rest of us had to finish the truck unload while avoiding the silent, awkward ass war between these three people, and one of them is a cheating bastard. Moral of the story, don't dip your pen in the company ink, or at least don't let the receipts be printable. Girl, what the fuck? What do you mean she taped them to the time clock? Okay, that's like actually insane. However, that's the kind of mess that I love to see from a distance. What do you mean right now? I don't know if Cheyenne is your government name, but Shy, what do you mean? Chloe was crazy for that. Like, that's actually, like, that's my kind of bitch. She's like, yeah, I'm insane, and I'm going to tell everybody that I'm insane. And I, like, you got to give her respect for that. It was insane. And I know that she knows that. But, like, so, okay, wait, no. I don't mean so. I don't mean that, I promise. Because this is your job. And, like, my next question is, like, always, like, how old are they? Because they're more than likely, more oftentimes than not, they're adults. And I get annoyed with, like, my younger team members, the ones who are, like, between 18 and 21. I do get annoyed with them by the things that they do, but, like, I hold space, I give a little bit of grace because, like, you're 18 to 21. I have a team member who I think is either 18 or 19, and she do, in fact, be acting like it, and, like, that pisses me off a lot, but I'm also like, girl, you had like your first or second job at 18 too, and you probably acted the same way. So I hold a lot of space. I give a lot of grace for certain things. That wouldn't be one of them, though. Baby, I'm so sorry. Like, that was crazy, and that's my type of shit. But I really hope you're not one of my team members, because I'm not dealing with that. And then, like I said, I give grace and I hold space for the team who's 18 and 21. You're 22 and up? No. And I know your frontal lobe doesn't fully develop until 25. Mine developed at 24, in my personal opinion. I gained a lot of discernment. I just started acting like I had some sense, just a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still insane, but, like, the things I did 23 and younger, I would never even think to do now. So I'm kind of proud of myself for that. But nonetheless, 22 and up, even if this is your first job, you need to have a little bit of common sense. You need to get it together. I don't care. You don't need to be acting like that. So I am willing to say that they probably are above 22. And I feel like I don't know. I'm just going based off names, but, like, can't really do that, huh? That's not a good indicator of anything. Also, these are probably pseudonyms. These are probably not their names. Anyways, I want you to tell me, homegirl, if these are how old these people are, because that, like, changes the opinion only slightly. Because at 18 to 21, you probably aren't paying your own bills. You're probably, like, working potentially part-time, potentially also in school. Like, it's just different. 22 and up, oh, baby, you gotta get it together. I don't care what that man did you. You better catch him outside the parking lot. What are you doing? And why are you doing all this for a man? Like, that other girl, Melanie, finna be like, he chose me. He don't want you. Like, you're about to be embarrassed. I don't know. This is a crash out that I would find interesting. I would never personally subscribe to that. That is not my ministry. That is not my testimony type of crash out. But, I mean, if she did it, I hope it worked out for her. I hope she still don't want that man. Don't go back to him. But, however, with that being said, that is the end of our episode. Happy birthday to me. My birthday is technically, as I'm recording this, it's not my birthday. But when this drops, it will be. Happy birthday to me. Big 25. Hey, Patrick was funnier than 24, 25. When my birthday, Kate said that. And I was very proud of myself for that because I was very excited for that. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my episode. I'm still hungover. I'm going to go get in the bed because I can't do nothing while I'm hungover. I could talk, but I could talk at any point. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my episode. Make sure you give me a follow on all platforms at The Shift Show Pod on IG, at simply.kayla on IG. Like, subscribe, follow the pod on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you listen to. And yeah, I hope you all have an amazing week. I will see you all next week. I'm probably going to start recording next week. I would have today, but I looked like I'm hungover. And I wasn't putting on makeup. So there's that. However, hope you all have a great week. We'll see you next week. Bye.